How to keep your conversations with chat on. With the advancement of AI chatbots that are quickly becoming the norm, we are starting to see a big shift in how humans communicate with their peers. Learn why it's better to have these conversations through text, or what should be done when you already have them going on. Communicating with chat is a great way to communicate with friends or colleagues when you can't be in the same room. But it's important to be aware of some common chat etiquette so that your conversations remain positive and productive. Here are a few tips for keeping your chats flowing. 1. Use yes/no questions. When you're starting a conversation, ask yes/no questions to keep things concise and organized. This will help you get to know the other person better and avoid getting bogged down in unnecessary discussion. 2. Avoid asking for opinions. Instead of asking people their opinions on something, try asking them specific facts about the topic at hand. This will keep the conversation more focused and allow everyone to have a voice. 3. Keep things moving forward. If you find yourself stuck on a conversation topic, try coming up with a new topic altogether or jumping ahead in the conversation until you reach a new point. This will keep things moving forward and avoid any long-winded conversations. The location bar. There are a couple of ways to keep your chats with chat on, whether you're using the default chat app or another service. 1. Make sure the location bar is always visible. 2. Swipe left from any chat conversation and open the settings menu in order to access the tracking mode option. This will keep logs of where you were when a message was sent or received, which can be helpful if you need to provide proof in case of an argument. Messages chat is an excellent way to communicate with others. Unfortunately, sometimes conversations can go sour and end in hurt feelings. Here are a few tips to keep your conversations healthy. 1. Don't be defensive or negative when responding to someone. Try to maintain a positive attitude and respond in a constructive way. This will show that you respect the other person and want to resolve the issue peacefully. 2. Make sure that you take a moment to listen before responding. Let the other person finish what they are saying before you start speaking. This will help to build rapport and understanding. 3. Establish clear boundaries with others when messaging. If someone begins to message you constantly, ignore them or message them back briefly, letting them know that you are busy and want to move on. Do not engage in a conversation if you do not want to participate. 4. Remember that chat is a communication medium, not an instant messenger or text messaging system where messages disappear as soon as they are sent. Take the time to write out your thoughts instead of dictating them in chat. This will show that you value the conversation and are more likely to be successful in resolving any issues. Files and note-taking. How to keep your conversations with chat on. If you're like most people, you love chatting with friends and family online. Unfortunately, chatting can be a huge distraction when you're trying to get work done. Here are a few tips to help keep your conversations with chat on track. 1. Set limits. Don't let yourself become addicted to chatty discussions. Set boundaries and stick to them. If you find yourself chatting for hours on end, take a break and come back later. This will help you focus on your work instead of responding to every comment someone makes. 2. Take breaks when necessary. One of the biggest problems with chatting is that it can keep you constantly engaged in the conversation. The best way to combat this is to take occasional breaks so that you don't feel overwhelmed by the conversation and can focus on your work instead. This doesn't mean that you have to cut off all communication completely, just give yourself some time away from chat when needed in order to complete tasks more effectively. 3. Make sure you're busy doing something else too. Just because you're chatting doesn't mean that you should neglect other tasks. When possible, try to do other features of the messaging tool. There are a few other features of the messaging tool that you should know about. First, you can send and receive messages privately or in groups. If you want to send a message to more than one person, you can create a group message. And finally, if you want to copy and paste a section of text from a document or email into your chat conversation, you can do that too. Conclusion. Chatting online is a great way to connect with friends and family. However, you need to be prepared for conversations that don't go as planned. Here are some tips to keep your conversations on chat going smoothly. 1. Make sure you are using the chat app that is compatible with both your device and the person you are chatting with. 2. Don't start conversations that you don't want to have. If you don't want to talk about something, simply say so and move on. 3. Be aware of who is speaking when you are talking in chat. If someone is speaking too loudly or abruptly, be sure to let them know by pressing the space bar, then they pause or stop talking. 4. Remember that chat is a live conversation and should be treated as such. If you need to take a break, say so politely and come back later. 5. Finally, never give out personal information in chat. This includes your address, phone number, and passwords.